Hello and namaskar, everybody. Those who are joining us from India, a very, very good evening to you. And those who are joining us from the western part of the world, a very good morning to you. I hope you all are keeping safe and are enjoying a relaxed Sunday. On a Sunday, we are bringing you a historic moment that we are creating in the history. Yes, my dear friends, we are living in an age of Web3 where blockchain technology is redefining the whole paradigm. And while I'm an avid learner and I'm learning about it too, how centralized is becoming decentralized, we've got you a company that is virtualizing the entire experience of the sports industry. As fans, we will have access to all our sports stars, icons that we love to follow, their cricketing moments, their player cards. And all of this is being possible by one company. The company's name is UMiVERSE Ecosystem. You're right. It rhymes with universe. But UMiVERSE Ecosystem is the one that is bringing us this platform that is revolutionizing the way we think and recreating a whole new sports metaverse. So, what are we waiting for? Let's just get ready and meet the founder himself, the visionary behind this whole entire platform, and also the person to tell us what's in store at today's event, as well as in 2022, with a lot of sports stars who are going to be coming our way and within our reach. Join me in welcoming none other than Alok Rai, the founder and CEO. Please put your hands together. Hi, Alok.
Hi, Divya. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Welcome. Welcome to the UMiVERSE launch event. And thank you on behalf of all the digital enthusiasts for getting us this platform, which is going to redefine the whole way we relate with our sports stars.
Absolutely. It's all my pleasure.
So, Alok, let me give you center stage. And I want you to address all the audience who are connecting with us now. The chats are already coming in. And then I'm going to jump into an interesting question answer with you.
Sounds great. So I'd like to start with a big warm welcome to all our live audience. Today is a big day for UMiVERSE. So what is UMiVERSE? UMiVERSE is an ecosystem of successful ideas like digital token, NFTs, virtual sports leagues, and metaverse, where users can have fun and build wealth at the same time. So let me take you back to the history of the company. It all started, the journey began in 2017 when we founded the parent company called BitRoyal. And we launched our first product, a trade platform supporting European market. The journey continued in 2021 with the inception of an idea to merge different upcoming technologies like blockchain, Web 3.0, and metaverse, and to create an ecosystem where people can create a parallel reality where filled with new opportunities. This led to the birth of UMiVERSE Ecosystem, concept and design. And today, we are launching the first platform of the UMiVERSE ecosystem. It's called UMiVERSE NFT or Unfit. Yeah, we like to find catchy names. So Unfit is a platform where users can own a piece of sports legacy. Our NFTs are rare and unique digital assets in the form of player cards. So once you own the player cards, you will be able to use them in the UMiVERSE ecosystem. So not only you will be able to own an asset that will grow in value with time, but generate cash flow by engaging that in the UMiVERSE ecosystem. Now, I would like to thank Dr. D for moderating this event. Stay tuned for an exciting and informational live event from Team UMiVERSE. Thank you. All right. So now we would like to show you our um, our our corporate video that we have prepared for you guys, just to give you a glimpse of um, what is coming, what's coming soon.
Fantastic. I love that film, Alok. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that to us. Oh my God. Is that how it's going to be?
Oh, it's gonna be filled with a lot of fun, excitement, and lot more.
Wow. So tell me, what is that one thing about technology that excites you or inspires you the most?
For me, technology is all about innovation and creation. You can imagine something and you can build that, and I think that's what excites me. I've been always been more on the creative side. I don't like to follow the status quo. I have to always challenge what else can I bring and add value to people's life. I mean, that's what drives me every day.
Lovely, lovely. At this point, I think it's perfect because something that drives you and something that inspires you, well, we have somebody here amidst our launch event who's going to inspire us all. Alok, I'm going to take this opportunity of welcoming here with us none other than former Davis Cup player and coach himself, an icon. Well, he's also one of the committee members, chairman for ITA, that is All India Tennis Federation Association, and also he has won Dhyan Chand Award for his lifetime achievement and contribution to tennis. So, are you ready, Alok? Should we bring in him?
Yes.
Nandan Bal, welcome,
Hi,
welcome to the
Hi,
Universe.
Nandan.
hi, Alok. Thank you, Divya. Thank you so much for bringing me on.
It is a pleasure to have you here. And I know, let me tell users that and viewers here that we are joining from different parts of the world. So Nandan is joining us from Montreal, Canada. Alok is joining us from New York. And I am in Amchi, Pune, Maharashtra, India.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's what virtual reality is all about, right? We're all together, talking to each other, looking at each other, and we're still miles apart.
We are creating such an inclusive environment here. Alok, I'm going to bring you in again to chat with Nandan. But for now, I'm going to shift my focus to Nandan because I know he has limited time.
Absolutely.
So, see you, Alok. Well, Nandan, it's such a privilege to be conversing with you at this historic moment of creating a digital universe. And the company's name is UMiVERSE. Tell
That's
me,
correct.
how digitally savvy are you?
Well, Divya, I think you know what the truth is. I I I need help to even switch my computer on. Forget my phone. I mean, forget virtual reality. But having said all of that, I think it's the need of the hour, because
Wow.
that's what the future. Yeah, that's what the future is, and that's where we are heading. Because I mean, that's this is what the world is all about now. The next gen is only looking at virtual reality. So we need, if we are going to keep up with the next gen, then we are going to have to learn all of it, learn about it, and use it.
And that is so inspiring about you that even with this experience, vast experience as a tennis pro, as a tennis coach, you're leading lives and leading, futures of so many youngsters and youth of India, yet you're willing to learn and adapt to a more digital environment. What is it about Alok and his partner Vikas that inspired you to come aboard?
Yeah, well, I think, well, first of all, when I first spoke to Alok and Vikas and you, and we discussed all of it, I mean, these are people who are so innovative, who are looking to create something which is very different, to create something huge that can be seen across the world, sitting in your own, sitting in your own drawing room or your bedroom. And for me, that is fantastic that you can take the medium of sport and go worldwide with it without having to actually get to a sports field or a sports ground. And I think that's what attracted to me in this first place. Whenever anyone is trying to make any sport more popular than what it already is, that's the man I want to go to.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love that. So, Alok, there's a compliment for you. And also Vikas, who is the co founder, but he's
Yeah,
behind the scenes today and helping us run this event absolutely flawlessly. Nandan, we have a lot of sports fans who are joining us live right now. And as you can
terrific.
see, they're
I can,
commenting.
yes, I can see that. Yeah,
Now, on their behalf, I want to ask you some questions that
sure.
when we were hosting and we were navigating the success for star sports during
Yeah,
Olympics Rio 2016, we saw a great difference between champions and legends. And you've worked and you've been mentored by legends themselves. Tell us, from your vast experience of more than 30 years in tennis, how do you see that difference?
um, you mean as opposed to being mentored by a coach as being mentored by a legend?
Absolutely, and also rubbing shoulders and also
Yeah,
grooming, because you have
yeah,
coached, you've mentored youngsters as well as you yourself have been mentored, but you've seen this significant difference between legends and champions. For example,
yeah.
champions are national champions, but for an Olympian, and you've led our team back in Beijing, you've
That's correct.
captained Team India. You tell us, what does it take to prepare and prepare and prepare for 4 years to get to that level?
Well, first of all, I mean, let's just start from your own little locality that you have. You maybe a housing scheme, and you put together a team, and you get a jersey that says so and so housing society or whatever, and you're playing in your little Ganesh festival or Diwali or Christmas festival, and you're so proud to wear that t-shirt because you're representing a body of people. It may be your lane, it may be your road, street, it could be your housing society or your local club, and there is great pride in wearing that t-shirt. Now multiply that 1,000 times, and that's what you want to be. At the end of the day, for any sports person to be able to represent his country, his nation, at the highest level. So it could be a grand slam in an individual sport, or it could be the Olympics, which is, under the International Olympic Council. You know, when you start thinking of representing and you get that T-shirt on you and you hold it in your hands for the first time, there is a sense of achievement and there's a sense of pride, which is like none other. And then when you go out, say for example to an Olympic village, and on that first day your flag is unfurled and they play your national anthem. I mean, I cannot even start imagining or even trying to explain to you that feeling. I mean, it doesn't matter how emotionless a person you are going to have tears flowing down your cheeks. It's as simple as that. So, you know, the all that hard work, all those sacrifices, all those hours of work that you put in, that's when you say, oh, this was worth it. Just for that 2 minutes when you see that flag unfurling and you know that you're now here representing 100 plus billion people,
Wow.
100 plus million people. Yeah,
Wow.
that's what it is. That's what
And
it means to be an Olympian. Yeah.
I know personally that you've lived these moments of, pride for your nation so many times, because you've captained so many teams at Davis Cup and,
Yeah.
at international competitions. Now, I'm going to draw parallel to our founder's emotion because being based out of US for so long, he's bringing a product which is going to give opportunities to everybody through a virtual space. What are your thoughts on the fact that he's trying to integrate sports with metaverse or sports with a digital universe? It's a unique combination, don't you think?
Yes, it's a unique combination, and there's just so many advantages to it. I mean, there are just so many platforms that you can use it in. I mean, you could be even a simple thing like sitting at home and scouting a stadium that you're going to play in, say 2 months from now. What do the tennis courts look like? What does the cricket stadium look like? What does the football arena look like? What kind of crowds are going to be there? What does the locker room offer? All those are things that you don't have access to in the real world till you actually get to the place, till you actually get to the stadium. But if you are in Alok's world, you're sitting at home and you have a 360-degree view of all of that. Yes, you have a 360
Absolutely.
degree, you just sit and you
Immersive experience.
yeah, it's a different experience. And so you're well prepared when you get there. You're just absolutely well prepared when you get there. I mean, that's one part of it. How about, you have thousands of kids every year who are looking to go to the US on a tennis scholarship. It gives them a chance to look at their potential colleges that they want to go to. It gives the college coaches a potential view of how that player looks like when he's going to recruit him. So there's just so many, and I could just go on and on about this all the time. It's just, it's really such a fantastic platform. I mean, hats off to Alok for even thinking of this and then putting it together. I mean, as they say, if only you can dream about it, then you can put it in place. So, that's where it all starts. It starts with a dream.
How very humble and encouraging of you of giving that credit to young tech enthusiasts and entrepreneurs like Alok and Vikas. So Nandan, tell me, in your life, you have been impacted by many inspirational players in tennis. You have mentored and you have many prodigies as well. But how did it feel from your journey of player to coach to receive a lifetime tennis award, the Dhyan Chand Award for your contribution to tennis? How was that moment and how was that feeling?
Well, obviously, it's a great moment in your life, because it's an official recognition of what you've done all your life. You don't work and you don't do put in all your effort for that recognition, but it feels great to be recognized, especially by the government of your country. When the government of India says that you are worthy of this award, you know that there's 100 million people who have said that you're worthy of this award. So for me, it was a great recognition. And it was not just a recognition, but sometimes when you get the lifetime achievement award, they're actually saying that, okay, you've worked enough in your life now, I think it's time to retire. But for me, yeah, but for me, that lifetime achievement actually meant that I was going to get more motivation to do even better than what I've already done. Okay, we've produced a few players. I've worked with a bunch of players in the last 30 years that I've been teaching tennis. Good players, great players, international players. But at the end of the day, that hunger to produce more players doesn't stop. Even today, we are still working with almost 300, 400 kids in our tennis academies that we are trying to put on not just the national map, but an international map of tennis. And so this award meant that I need to keep going. And I need to keep going till my body tells me, okay, I think you need to stop now. And that's not going to happen for a while.
And what is your
Hopefully.
downtime? Do you take breaks? Somebody like you who stays so busy. I mean, let me tell my audience that so far, I think Nandan, you've groomed and coached about more than 15,000 plus tennis players around the world. Is that correct? And
That's about right.
how do you reboot yourself? Let me talk in a very tech language.
Okay. Well, as of now, I'm here in Montreal with my wife Sheila, and we are actually spending 4 days here. Loving the wedding ceremonies of a very close friend of mine. His son is getting married, And so we're here for that. So yeah, so 4 days of just no tennis, no sport. There's just merrymaking. So that's
Wow.
how I reboot.
Amazing. So let me bring in Alok at this point here, because
Sure.
I know Alok also had a lot of interactive questions with you.
Yeah.
So Alok, welcome back. Hi there.
Hello. I
I
was I
just
was wa- I was watching and listening to all that Nandan had to say. I mean, I couldn't have said it better than him.
and he gave you
Thank
very
you.
encouraging compliments, Alok. I thought, let me not hog the entire limelight of conversation with Nandan. We have a lot of live questions as well, so I'm going to, open the Q&A house here and weave in with my queries so that all the participants feel involved in our show as well. So, Nandan, continuing our conversation, who has been a legend in tennis as per you? We want to know your choice.
Oh boy. So I mean, this sport has seen thousands and thousands of players, and it's very difficult to name one. But if I had to name somebody, I still can't put it at one. I would have to say two for me, personally. And obviously, I mean, if you look at modern day tennis, you would have to look at Roger Federer. In spite
Wow.
of the fact that, the Djokovic has won, sorry, Nadal has won Grand Slams pretty much his equal. Just for the sheer grace that he brings to the sport, for the image of the sport that Roger has built. For me, in current sport, not just tennis, but for me in current sport, Roger Federer would be that one person who would inspire not just me, but I think this entire world. And if you look at just a tennis specific inspiration that I've had, I would actually go back almost 40 years, 50 years. When as little kids, we used to watch Rod Laver play. Rod Laver was from Australia. Probably one of the greatest tennis players who has ever set foot on a tennis court. And the reason I say that is that he actually won all the four slams in 1962 and then turned professional. Now, in those days, if you were a professional, you could not play in the slams or any other events because all those events were meant for amateurs. And
Right.
it was almost 6 years before the sport of tennis opened up to the professionals to participate. And the first year that he came back in 1968, he ended up winning all four slams again. So you're looking at a sports person who was the number one in the world, then did not play for 6 years, came back and dominated the sport again after 6 years. Now imagine, you have your Federer and you have Djokovic and you have Nadal who've all won about 20 slams over a 20-year period of their career. And then
Absolutely.
you have Rod Laver, who won 8 slams in just 2 years,
Wow.
and actually lost 6 years in between without any tennis whatsoever on the amateur circuit. So can you imagine the kind of records that he would have broken if he had been allowed to play those 6 years? So for me in tennis, Rod Laver, surely.
Amazing. I think that answers Himanshu's question as well. Alok,
Okay.
I know that in the history of creating this platform, Nandan played a huge role in making your concept and vision more inclusive, because initially you were focusing more on cricket, and then came Nandan and he inspired you to bring in some tennis as well. Tell us about that.
I think that when we have conceptualized this idea, cricket was the obvious choice because it's like a religion in India. But then after talking to you, Divya, and to Nandan, it made sense for us to be more inclusive. His words, Nandan's word about that, a new player who has never been outside India, can able to explore and view the field and really see how it is going to be. It's going to be a really value add to the players as well, not only for our users who's going to enjoy in the system and build these virtual leagues, but also for the actual players. So that motivated me that, you know what, we have to expand our vision beyond cricket and be more inclusive of different sports.
Right, right. And I do see that Himanshu, again, he's like one inquisitive person. And I saw one question by Kaushal, but I'm going to try and grab all the questions here. So, quick take on what is NFT, because we understand the full form of it. It is non-fungible token. But how are we going to use NFTs on our platform, whether it's tennis, cricket? Tell us quickly a little about it.
Sure. So as the name says, non-fungible token, what it really means is that it's a way to create identity on a digital platform. So this is the first time in the history since the beginning of tech that we are able to now put a identity and ownership on a digital asset. It could be a painting, it could be a clip, it could be anything that you create online. Now you can have that originality, concept of originality, that, like, you know what, yes, this digital painting, this Picasso, the copy of it is owned by thousands of people, but there's only one original one. And that's what NFT brings to the digital asset.
Wow, that is very simplified version, and you make it sound so simple. But Nandan and I, we are still trying to grasp that whole NFT concept. I'm sure there are many questions which are coming in here as well. So let's just see which other questions are coming in. Wow, so we have somebody complimenting our video. It's such a good concept to have a live show because we get immediate feedback. We have Vishal welcoming you, Nandan. Nice to have you here. He's a huge fan.
Thank you.
We have Ashish Talareja. Pleasure to see Nandan, sir. Wow. Oh my God. So we have Chintan Naik saying, I'm a big fan, Nandan, sir.
Hey, what can I say? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. So we have some enthusiasm here. Himanshu again is saying, looking forward to this interesting session. Thank you, Himanshu. I love that you are, a tech enthusiast and noticing what Alok is trying to do here. Wow, we have Savya here saying, please don't forget to subscribe. Oh, yes. Thank you, Savya, for reminding us. So let me, talking about subscription. So Alok, was it a conscious thought that you wanted to bring Nandan, and because we are a virtually enabled company, we wanted to do the launch event online and not offline? Was there a deliberate thought behind this?
Well, we are going into the virtual reality now, right? And what better way to just do this event online instead of, doing it physical? We will be doing those physical events as well as we move to the future. But the idea really is that, this is just the beginning. And what you should expect is, as the technology goes further, we plan to have our future sessions in the metaverse. But there's some time that we have to reach there. So yes, we have to make it more immersive. We're not there yet. We're building it, but that's what lies in the future.
Oh, that's great. It sounds amazing. Before I get to Komal's question of what are the most expensive NFTs to you, Alok, Nandan, I want to ask you that other than tennis, is there any other sport that you enjoy watching?
Me?
Yeah.
Each and every sport. Anything that is competitive, I'm going to be out there watching it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I love all sports, and one of the biggest fights that I have with my wife at home is that I will not let anyone watch anything except sport, and that doesn't go over too well with my family.
Amazing. So Nandan, since you joined a little later in the show, and we are receiving a lot of positive feedback on the video that we have shared, corporate video. If I have Alok and your permission, I would like to showcase one more time to our viewers. Sure. Alok, do I have your permission?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yes, let's get ready. And may I request my team to play the video? How was that experience, Nandan?
Super, super. I
Wow.
mean, this is just beautiful. Well done, Alok. Very well done.
Thank you. Nandan, you were talking about that how you plan, prepare, you know, uh, work out to get to
Yeah.
that one game. That's how I feel like right now.
It is like Nandan's debut. Nandan, I remember you sharing that scary debut when you had in a
Yeah.
professional international circuit. And I think this is what is happening with Alok. Alok, your adrenaline levels are going up and down. Maybe
Oh
Nandan can
yes,
give you some
totally.
tips.
Yeah, you have my total empathy, Alok, because I know what I went through when I made my debut. It was scary to say the least. We were playing, I think, in South Korea, and a crowd of about, I don't know, 10 or 15,000 people, out of which three of them were supporting us. The others were all Koreans. So for you, I don't think you need to deal with all of that. You have your own space, and you're in virtual reality. You can block
Mhm.
everybody else off.
Yeah,
But yes, that's the feeling. I mean, it's your own baby. It's your own baby,
yeah,
and
yes.
you just want to make sure that you're there to take care of it and nurture it.
So very well said. And I think that is enabling Alok even more to start thinking and planning another event with some bigger announcements. So, Alok, can we expect to see, and Nandan is here, can we expect to see some big tennis stars on the platform soon?
I need to be careful what I say here.
Well, I know you're in talks with some players. I know that.
Yeah, yes. So yes, we have been in talks with a few different players, and I probably can say that we should have a big announcement very soon. But I'm just, we just almost there, and once that happens, we're gonna announce that, and probably have another event next month introducing that player on board with
Oh,
us.
fabulous.
That sounds great. Well, I have a very interesting, person here, Kushal. Is metaverse like stock market? What a cute question is that. Alok, you want to take this?
Um, Metaverse is not like a stock market, right? It's not a place where you trade, right? It could be more like your like an e-commerce platform in the future. So see, metaverse is a parallel universe, digital universe, right? Now, what all can you do? Pretty much whatever you can do. I won't say 100%, but the majority of what you can do in real life, you can also do that in metaverse in future. How far we have just started the journey there, right? So will you be able to trade in metaverse? Right, absolutely. What will be the first application of trading? Well, the NFTs, what we are building, and that's what we will bring in the metaverse as well. That not only you can experience the games, the live games, you can create virtual sports leagues. You will be able to trade those NFTs. So it's not a stock market, but yes, a trading element will be there.
Interesting. Well, I have one of the enthusiasts who's asking, which NFTs do you own currently, Alok?
Okay, I'll be honest, and I'll confess that I don't own any NFTs, and that is the reason what got me into building this entire concept. So when I was looking into NFTs, I couldn't find a reason that why they are valued at millions of dollars today, right? Everybody's putting their NFTs out there, right? There's land, virtual land being sold. There are, you know, crypto punks. There's something called there's monkeys drawings. I mean, this is like, and they're sold for millions of dollars, and I don't really see why. It's like something that you're putting money into something because it's like this happening thing right now and expecting that in future is going to go up in value. That's like gambling for me, right? So what we thought was, you know what, we need to build an NFT that can actually generate revenue. And I'm saying I'm trying to not to disclose too much because that's the next phase of our platform. So yes, we are launching our NFT platform now. The unfit, we call it UNFT, unfit. and you'll be able to buy player cards. Now, those player cards endorsed by the players will have actual value, right? Because this is something that not just like random people are creating it. So that's what we plan to bring. There's the true value right there, but there will be also an application of that NFT in our metaverse. More to come there.
Talking about Unfit, very interesting name that you've chosen for your NFT. I'm gonna bring Unfit to Nandan and ask Nandan. Nandan, we talk about fitness levels of players, right? And you've groomed and coached so many who won national, international, Olympic championships. Now, what sort of a fitness level are we looking at? Because I'm sure that we can draw parallels from players who train hard to entrepreneurs like Alok, who are also training hard and making sure that our game or our business is sustainable, scalable. So, what are the fitness levels? Is it only physical robustness, or do we have to also focus within? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think, I mean, obviously, when you speak about fitness, everyone talks about the fact that you can last so long on a football field or a tennis court. But I think it goes way beyond that. I think fitness is more to do with the mind. If you have that ability in your mind and that intensity and the intent of purpose to say that I am going to take one more step, I am going to pick one more weight, I'm going to work a little, maybe a couple more abs or crunches or whatever. That's where it starts. It can't just be it can't just what you see on the field is only the tip of the iceberg. I mean, when you go back and see the kind of work that's put in to get to that level, it's crazy. I mean, I could really tell you stories about guys like Nadal and Djokovic, and that's only tennis, or even our very own Leander and Sania, who have just put in so much effort over the years to maintain that kind of level of fitness. It's not easy to be on a tour, travel 40 weeks a year, and not feel the physical effects of it. Every week our guys are going through different time zones. They're suffering jet lag, but their minds are strong. And so before you look at physical fitness just in physical terms, I think the more important thing is to have a very strong mind that can urge you to do what needs to be done. So it's not just the physical part, but it's also the emotional and mental part. That needs to be very strong too. In fact, that's where it starts. When you have that dream, that's where it comes from, your mind, your heart, your brain. And then to be able to push yourself to achieve what you have dreamt of. That is what fitness is all about. It starts with your mind and then helps you convert your body into a piece of like a machine. I mean, if you look at the top guys in every sport today, they're all machines. That's how they operate.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, talking about aligning your mind, body, soul, your determination, your attitude. Nandan, that was so beautifully explained.
Thank
Alok,
you.
how much of this alignment is required as a tech entrepreneur? I mean, I come from the service industry. Nandan is running his own as an entrepreneur and leader, his own Nandan Bal Tennis Academy, which is sports industry. But you are in tech, which is, so dynamic. It's changing and it's so fast. We are in Web3. So how much of alignment, like Nandan mentioned about being fit, is required from that perspective?
I think achievers and creators and believers, right? They all have to have that focus and that vision about their company or about themselves, right? And with that vision requires a lot of hard work, irrespective of what sport or what company or what industry it is, right? I mean, as a tech entrepreneur as well as running a startup, I mean, that's like just running. There's no time, really. Like, you're working all the time, but it doesn't feel like work because you are trying to run towards. You have your bigger vision in front of you that you're building something that's going to impact the world and make it life better for people, right? And little, so every single day, we work. I mean, my entire team, and I push them really hard, and I don't appreciate them enough, right? But we have been working really hard in just reaching that dream, and especially in this evolving industry, right? There is an early mover's advantage. The concept of metaverse and Web 3.0 is new. So, it's like you have to constantly be evolving yourself, learning new things, right? How can I take this new technology and make it part of our system? That's what I believe in. I don't believe in that, oh, we build something great and that's it, make some money on that. That doesn't inspire me. So, we are constantly striving towards making ourselves better. And I think that's just the way I think any achiever is, I believe.
Well said. Very well said. So, can anyone create an NFT? Rushi Patil wants to know.
So there will be different phases of NFT platform that we are launching. In the first phase, we are only going to be launching the NFTs for the player cards. So, we're going to have those endorsement deals with the players, individual players from different sports. And we're going to create those customized NFTs for them. And we're going to keep it very rare and unique, right? So in order to maintain that rarity and uniqueness, we have to keep it limited to ourselves. So we will be the one who's going to be minting them and putting them on the platform. And the users will only be able to buy them in the beginning. Now, moving forward, there will be a secondary market where people will be able to, resell those NFTs. But that comes later on.
Right, right. So since you spoke about tennis and Nandan is here to give a testimony that we are going to see some tennis player NFTs, right, Nandan, under your guidance?
Yeah, surely hope so.
So what other sports Aina wants to know that we are going to see on UMiVERSE platform? Can you name one or two more?
So I'm just hoping that our competitors are not watching this live.
What competitors?
Yeah, there are none. Exactly. I love that confidence, Nandan. So, of course, we are.
Don't answer that. On second thoughts, don't answer
yes,
that.
Right.
Just wait and watch. All the audience, please wait and watch. We have lots.
Let me just say this: they're going to be more sports beyond cricket and tennis as well.
Excellent. Nandan, I know you believe in diversity. So have you recommended any women players from tennis to Alok?
Once again, Divya, you're putting me on a spot there. I think the key line there is wait and watch.
Yes.
Jagrati wants to know what is the relation between gaming and NFT? Okay, so there's some conceptual issue here. Can you answer it quickly?
Absolutely.
Because we have a lot of questions.
So gaming is like you playing video games and it could be in metaverse, it could be virtual reality. I mean, that's not a new thing, like playing games in virtual reality. NFT is an asset, right? So in the terms of gaming, you can say that if you're playing a shooting game, so kind of gun that you have, that could be an NFT. But the game is the asset within the game could be NFT. So we are not building that kind of game here. We are going to bring the real life game into the metaverse. That's what we are building. But NFTs are assets. Gaming is the experience.
Lovely, lovely. I love that definition, asset and experience. Rudra wants to know from you, Nandan, that you are a legend in what you do, sir. What is the biggest risk that you have ever taken in your career?
First of all, thank you so much, Rudra. First of all, let me put it very clearly. I'm not a legend. I'm just someone who does his job every day. So that being said, I think it's amazing. But when you say what was the biggest risk that I took in my career, I think my father put it very very aptly. He said, Nandan, we come from a normal Indian middle class family. And if you want to play tennis, that's fine. Now we're talking, 50 years back or about 45 years back. And he said, if you want to play tennis, that's fine. but there is only one champion. And so if you want to take that risk of starting to play tennis, remember, it's not like a bank job, or it's not like any other job that you would do where there are hundreds and hundreds of people doing the same thing. You are going to be in a space where you don't make a living unless you become a champion. So for me, just to be able to take that risk of wanting to be a tennis player at a time when professional sports was sort of unheard of. It was something you did in the evening when you finished your homework. But for me to be able to take it on full time and just devote my entire life to it was, I think, the biggest risk that I took early on in my life when I was what, hardly 14 or 15 years old.
And today, if people want to make this as a full-fledged profession, it is paying enough. Like it can be. It
Oh,
doesn't
absolutely.
have to
Oh,
be
absolutely.
vocational. Yeah.
It can be a very short-lived career, but it can be a very lucrative career, even if it's a short span of maybe 10 or 15 or 20 years max.
Wow.
And I would just like to add something here, Nandan sir, that a lot of there are a lot of players out there who are not able to reach legend like yourself for coaching, right? And there is an application of metaverse where they can have that experience that London sir is coaching us, right? So
Yeah.
even it helps. It will help people in a way never seen before. Like watching a video is one thing, but being immersive, being present in the field together with Nandan sir standing in front of us, that's different, right? So
Yes.
so the possibilities are endless here, and we're just scratching the surface right now.
Well, Alok,
And
you are receiving, I lost the comment there, but we received an encouragement and validation for everything that you're trying to create from Vikash Kripalani. Very beautifully worded comment there. And we have a lot of feedback coming in from Jagruti, who says, well said, Alok sir. And Rutuparna is saying, Nandan sir, happy to listen to you.
Thank you,
So
Rudu.
this is very, very inspiring. Anshuman Datta is saying inspiring show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please keep your comments and feedback coming in because this will help us pave the way for the next event, which is going to be a bigger, better, and a more enthralling event. And we will make sure that we try and get Nandan sir back here for answering all your questions, which probably I'm not able to manage right now. Nandan, I know I've taken a lot of your time. Just bear with me for a few more minutes here.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm trying to choose another exciting question here. Ritika is saying, speaking of all these challenges, sir, what's the biggest challenge you have taken in your career? Nandan, any challenge that you have taken?
Oh, I thought that was the question for Alok, but that's okay. I'll take it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's a challenge every day. There is a challenge every day. And I'll give you a very, I'm not even going back to my tennis days or my playing days where, yes, I did pretty. I mean, I took risks, which not too many people do. But then without risks, you don't achieve targets. It's really that simple. So you fail a few times, but you come back to the drawing board and you plan again and you go out and work again. But I think even today there are challenges that I see on a day-to-day basis. For example, in one of my tennis schemes, I actually had a parent who brought his. I think she was all of 6 or 7 years old, and she was born with an issue where she couldn't walk. So for me, I said, whatever happens, I am going to teach this child how to play tennis. And it's been a year, and today she can actually stand. She's obviously not ready to run yet, but she's able to stand and hit a tennis ball like a tennis player is supposed to hit a tennis ball. So even these little challenges are actually big challenges, because what I have done here is I've changed that girl's outlook to life. She was at home, she was going through depression, she's 6 years old. To be able to bring her out and have her along with 50 other kids who were normal and have her mix with them, play with them, be socially accepted with them, and be known as a tennis player. That was a challenge for me. And that just came through so beautifully. I mean, you should see this girl now. she has a smile on her face all the time now. So little challenges. I mean, it's just not challenges in my tennis career, but even now, I see all of this.
And you continue to influence, inspire, and impact
Thank you.
lives. And then
Yes,
you
I.
say you are not a legend. How can you not be a legend, Nandan?
No, 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 no.
Well, so we have a question here from Dr. Bhati for you, Alok. How do you create and sell crypto NFT art? Now, how as in how, because Alok cannot give a demo here, how it's going to happen. But maybe what you can answer for us is on UMiVERSE, are we going to see crypto NFT art?
Not in the first version. There'll be art around player cards, right? And then we're going to be generating that. But in terms of creating NFT, I mean, if I were to just answer that in one line, you can create any art in any software and upload that on the blockchain, and it's your NFT. I know I didn't say too much, but
So, which has been the most expensive NFT? Can you tell us? I remember there was one of the questions from an audience.
yeah, as I said, that when I was, I've been in this industry and in this market for I think NFT really became popular last year when there was a NFT of there was a photographer who took a picture. Each pixel was a picture, a photo from his life. It was over $69 million, and I'm like, whoa. Why? Right? But it was sold, and that what brought NFT to the limelight. And then I said there couldn't be more expensive NFT than that. But then this year, I think there was another NFT sold. It's called the Merge for $98 million.
Are you serious?
And again, maybe I'm missing something here. I mean, I know a lot about NFT market and industry, but maybe I'm missing something here. That how can you value an NFT for $98 million?
So I
And
think
again,
we've answered Savia's question here, who's asking, does NFT go higher in value? So I'm guessing with period of time, every NFT will attract more price.
let me answer this thing to you in simple economics 101, right? It's supply and demand. So if we are launching these player cards, I'm going to talk about that, and we'll keep it very rare. There will be only a limited amount of player card, right? Let's say there's a legend, and we launch the NFT card for them. There will be only a limited amount of them. Now, people who buy in the beginning, the early entrant, will be able to buy it at the better price. Now, when the demand goes, it becomes more popular. It goes out in the public, and there's more demand, and the people wants to go out sell in the market. Of course, the value is going to go up because supply is gone, right? Because people have bought it, and there is high demand now. So from that perspective, I do envision our player cards to be going up in value a lot.
See, Kushal is very happy with you because he's saying finally someone who has been able to explain fantasy sports and blockchain in a very easy manner. Nandan, I think
Thank
you
you.
and I are also getting the hang of it, and very soon you and I will also be purchasing the NFTs and probably becoming billionaire. Somebody's
But
asked.
not if it's going to be $98 million.
Mr. Venkat says, can NFT make me a billionaire? Should we keep our hopes alive? Can UMiVERSE make us billionaires, Alok?
Well, there is anything is possible, right? I won't say no to it, but we're not selling something that's gonna go up in value, or we're selling something like that, but I won't promise that you can make it billionaire. But it's just the beginning, guys, right? Remember Bitcoin when it started in 2009 and 10? It was sold for like I think 1/100th or 10,000 of a cent. And today is at what price? Well, it's still down, but still at $30,000, right? So the idea is to get in early. If you come late, then opportunity has passed by.
So I remember seeing one question here that will we be able to use Bitcoin to buy these NFTs on UMiVERSE, or do we have our own coin?
So we have developed our own platform token, and that's going to be the currency of the platform, of the entire ecosystem. right? But we will be the way to get on board on that token. It could be through the fiat, the US dollar or INR, as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies as well. Yeah. So it's not direct buy, but yes, you'll be able to convert those into our platform token and then buy the NFTs with that token.
Wow. I want to put this question first. I want to address, Nandan, that you have in tennis created an ecosystem, right? Because you're coaching and you're guiding and you're heading one of the committees at ITA as well. So you're switching many versatile roles in your leadership and leading the sport in itself. And UMiVERSE is also an ecosystem where we have a lot of elements in this one platform. So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, how difficult is it to sustain an ecosystem which has very many elements?
Well, if I think what Alok is doing is what future generations are going to see. So going through this, and I actually saw this whole thing about the 360-degree view. You now have Spanish footballers actually wearing a T-shirt that shows what is happening on the ground. They have them fitted with cameras which actually show what's going on the ground. And so to be able to watch it sitting in your drawing room in a virtual reality, to be able to see a player's point of view, a coach's point of view, all of this is it's just something so new and so exciting, and so it's just so fabulous to even read about it, that I really can't wait for this to start. If I can have an analysis of a game or an analysis of a player's performance just sitting in my house, just looking at what is being offered by a T-shirt that he wears. Can you imagine the possibilities? I mean, this can go just through the roof. It's that simple. It's that simple. I mean, this just can go through the roof. So what he's doing, I think, will be very sustainable, and I think it's there and it's the future.
Wow. Alok, your thoughts on the quick take on why UMiVERSE is an ecosystem and what is there in the ecosystem?
Sure. So there are four different parts of this ecosystem, as you saw in our corporate videos. First is the NFT marketplace, the Unfit. And what we are doing, we are launching player cards there, and you can buy those player cards there. And as I said, the people who buy it early will be the winners here, for sure. And then that goes into the next platform that we are building. We are already working on it, is where you will be able to create virtual sports leagues. And then we'll take that, the NFT and the league concept into the metaverse, which is the UMiVERSE, where you can experience those virtual league as well as the live games, and experience that as if you're right there. As Nandan said, that you will be able to view the game, the real live game, from different angles, from sitting as an audience versus as a player, right? So it's a connected system, right? So it's like what you're doing in the first platform which you're launching now, the Unfit, you'll be able to take that into the next platform and to the next platform, and they're all connected. And that's the ecosystem.
Wow, that's on the leadership principle of connected thinking, which I love and I had spoken about in my TEDx talk. Nandan, your parting thoughts with all the audience here. I couldn't read all the validation and the compliments, but I know you can see it. So please share your thoughts with us before we let you go.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. And I actually really want to thank all the people who put their thoughts in and put it down for me to see. I think that was very humbling. That was so nice of them for having put in there what they thought of the show. Secondly, I mean, the only thing I can say to the audience is, a lot of times people actually come out and say to me that, look, here's my 6-year-old child, and I want him to become a Roger Federer or a Serena Williams or a Sania Mirza or a Leander Pace or whatever. So for me, that that's not the best way to start somebody in sport. If you want to be in sport, the right reason to be in sport is because you want to be healthy. You want to have fun with it. You want to be healthy, and you want it in, even if you don't become a champion at it, you want it to be a lifelong habit, because that's something that's missing right now. As much as we talk about virtual reality and doing things online and stuff like that, I think it's very, very important that children go out into the open spaces and be healthy, be involved in sport. And that's what I would just, my message to everybody who's watching out there is stay healthy, because that's what's going to stay and help you through your life.
Very, very good message. And I think Alok will also agree here that Alok representing the virtual environment, digital world, technology, and Nandan representing the offline world where you work dedicatedly to become the star of the nation, bring your country proud at international championships. There has to be a balance there of the offline online
That's
world,
correct.
right?
That's correct.
Super. At Team UMiVERSE, while we are super excited to bring you lots of technological solutions, ease, convenience, we also want to encourage you to have a good work-life harmony, good offline-online harmony in life. Right, Alok? Your thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's the what technology should always enhance your
Yeah.
life. It should not be a replacement for your real life, right? And that's what we are all about. And we are very cautious at Team UMiVERSE to make sure that we follow that principle.
Lovely. Nandan, on
Terrific.
behalf of Team UMiVERSE, your fans are just not letting you go, but I know you have a pressing commitment. You are with family in Montreal, Canada. It means a lot that you joined us all the way from there.
It
I want
it
to
was my pleasure, Divya. Alok, it's really been my pleasure. It was super talking to you guys.
And can I promise my audience that we'll bring you back in some time for sharing some stories, because today we couldn't get time to hear a lot of your experiences with other players.
Anytime. Anytime.
Thank you, Nandan. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Have a great time with your family.
Thank you.
Wow, Alok, I think we are culminating on a very high note. And before I let you go, let me congratulate on behalf of the sentiment and emotion of all the viewers who are streaming in with their comments, validation, verifications, and their acknowledgements of what you're doing. And I think this is your win. This is your win because you have people who are excited about what's to come. Your thoughts?
I mean, I can't thank enough. I mean, it's really our hard work is coming together, and I just can't thank enough our community who have been in this live event, and just the interest that we are seeing, the comments that are flowing is just humbling. Now, I want to say this, Divya. I know we have reached our time. People want to know what's next, right? This was the first introduction into the UMiVERSE ecosystem, right? The UMiVERSE, the Unfit platform will be launching soon, right? It and you asked me not to specify dates, but let's just say I feel like I owe it to our community that our NFT platform will be launching by next month.
Wow.
And and by the month after, you will be able to see those NFTs that we're gonna have and buy them. So we are very close. The platform is ready. We have we are just doing the final touch, making it look more pretty and improving the user experience. Once that is done, we will have that. Maybe we should do another event like this to demonstrate that that platform.
Hearty congratulations. And absolutely, I'm excited to do another event with you. Vishal is saying, hi, Alok. Congratulations on creating something so exciting, waiting for what's next. And you have a big fan here, Dave, who's joined us from US as well. When does the Alok trading card NFT come out? He's going to buy yours. So when are we launching
Okay.
yours?
Well, that's very humbling. Thanks, Dave. You think that I'm a celebrity here? Well, I used to be. Just to give you my sports background, if people wants to know that as well, that I've been into sports from my early school age till my college days, and I was best athlete of my school for 3 years, and sports have been always been close to my heart. And then I went to tech industry, and I always wanted to bring, like, converse these two passion, right, for sports and technology, um, and well, finance as well, because that's where I started, right. Um, and this is basically merging those three of my passions together into one ecosystem. So it's very exciting, very close to my heart, um, and a lot more to come.
And I think you're very blessed where you get to fuse your passion with
Oh yeah.
what you and your vision, right? I think we are blessed that way. I know that you have a very able and capable co-founder. Hopefully in the next event we'll get to meet him.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, I think that he's been working hard behind the scene in making sure that this event goes perfectly, which I think is close to it. So yes, in the next event, we're gonna have him on board as well to talk more about UMiVERSE.
There's another fan of yours, Zav. He is wishing us a lot of success at Team Universe.
Thank you, Zeph.
Apurva and Team Tally are also saying all the best for Team Universe. Alok, I'm
Thank
going
you.
to give you a minute because I know you want to deliver your closing remarks. This event has been because of a lot of hard work of different teams. Would you like to mention their names?
Absolutely. So I think that I'd like to first thank our UMiVERSE community, which consists of our subscribers, followers, fans, and users, for supporting us at this early stage. I would like to thank our guest, Mr. Nandan, for sharing that experience, right? And also providing a vision into the sports future from the lens of an experienced sports veteran. So that was very good to see. I'd like to thank our forethought team and Divya in um, for orchestrating this event. Then we also have our um, uh, two teams which makes us look good on social media and online, right? That's Add to Brand and 24 film media films. So they have been working closely with us and working tirelessly to make us look good online. And last but not the least, by any measure, our UMiVERSE team. Uh, they have been working tirelessly, you know, 7 days a week to make this, like, bring us to this point here today. Um, as I said, I push people. I push them a lot. I just created another. If you think about it, by putting that date next month, I have created another lot of pressure for them already now,
Yeah.
and I don't appreciate them enough, right? But trust me, the glory goes to them for all of it. It's not me. I'm just a visionary here. Um, and I think I should also want to say my family. I'm passionate about this thing. So for me, I'm not sacrificing anything in a way, right? But it's the family who has been, my kids will be like, Daddy, when can you do this? And I have to, like, I feel bad sometimes that I'm not able to take on enough time for them. So it's their sacrifice as well and support for us.
That is great that you're giving credit to the woman who is backing you because being an entrepreneur is not easy. You can talk to my husband. Alok,
Yes,
thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you for your time. It's been a privilege to present this event for Team Universe. I know we had a lot of questions, but we had to be, a little concerned with time as well. Next time, we are going to answer all the questions and we'll make sure we'll schedule it longer because we'll have more people here. We'll have
Yeah,
Nandan here, we'll have Alok here, we'll have the co founder here. And at one of the future events, we'd love to meet your better half as well and hear her side of the story.
absolutely.
Thank you, Alok. Have a great day because I know that Sunday is just getting started. And your
Yes.
final message to all the audience?
Well, I would like to say that this is just a beginning, right? We just started our journey. I mean, although we have been working very hard for the last couple of months, but it's just the beginning. And I request, my humble request to all our community and our fans and followers to continue their support. And we want the extended support now to, to tell more people about us. That's the best they could do for me and for the team UMiVERSE. So stay tuned, and together we're gonna take UMiVERSE to the heights we have envisioned for it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Alok. Thank you so much. Have a good day to you. Well, people, wherever you've joined us from, thank you for being a part of this historic moment in Team UMiVERSE ecosystem, I would say, journey. While we embark on a journey together today onwards formally, while we've been working, behind the scene a lot, we hope that you're going to be supportive with us. You're going to give us all the encouragement we need. And you can start that by subscribing to our YouTube channel where you're watching us, liking the social media platform pages where you're connecting with us. I see Twitter, I see LinkedIn, I see YouTube. Everywhere your comments and feedback and queries are coming in, as well as informing, upskilling, and imparting learning to all your peers and friends about UMiVERSE ecosystem. It is going to empower you, enable you, and also provide you immense opportunities to earn your own player card, to be close to your fan, and to also capitalize and make your own niche in a digital environment, your own identity without any barriers. We're going to make it super approachable, accessible, and easy. On that note, I'm Dr. Divya Jaitly. Whatever name you want to call me with, I will see you again on behalf of Team UMiVERSE, bringing in more excitement and more delight to your senses. So subscribe, stay tuned, and stay connected with UMiVERSE. Bye.